Good evening. This is K4PW, net control for the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. Just checking to see if I'm on the right area. Yeah, I am. I think I'm on the right area. If there was emergency traffic, which is unusual if there would be, really unusual, call 911 and just tell them what you need. But if you can't get a hold of them, we'll do it for you. Just tell us where you are. You may break in at any time. For information on that, you can go to YouTube right now and see the screen on my radio. And you can listen to stations you might not otherwise hear because of your distance from them. And I'm in the middle of this monkey in the middle game we play. And you can also see how your signal strength comes to me versus others. And you can see how I'm usually dressed really formally for the net. You can also go to groups.io. That's groups. India Oscar. And put in MJSS. In their search block, and you'll find You'll find a complete list of all our nets and what our whole mess of nets is doing here. What our kind of rules of the road are. And let's see. Last but not least, you can email me at k4pew@arrl.net. I forgot to mention on the YouTube thing, you can put in my call K4PEW, and it'll bring up an image of me and my wife, and that'll be the initial image from the day we got married 14 years ago or so. And that'll bring you up to you'll see some live events there. Well, you see mine, the current one. Anyway, all right, let's see. We are in net number 1,159, because you guys know we're in our 12th year of doing nets. We'll be starting from the north, but tonight we're also doing 144.240 on upper sideband, following the 2-meter FM net, and then following that we'll be doing a 50.135 6 meters, and then onwards and upwards 223.415 on FM. We had good deer. We had some good. I don't know how much you have on C4 FM tonight, there, Michael.
I had 9.
Oh, that's awesome. Total of the other two was like 10, so you did good. DMR and D-Star, for those who don't know. What about the thumbnails? Oh, you were saying you loved the thumbnails. Sorry, I didn't see that properly. Anyway, I got to stop laughing. I'm seeing comments here that people are putting up there. Okay, so we're just going to jump in there. We've got anybody who is starting by the north, but we're going to start with first. Dang. If you're short on time, mobile or first time check-in, please come now.
KN4, TJF.
Are you a first time check-in?
I'm a first time check-in late guy that's short on time.
Sounds good. Everything going well?
Everything's going really well, Paul. How about you?
Oh, pretty good for an aging swabby.
Amen to that, bro. Okay, well, man, thank you for what you do. Appreciate you. 73s, everybody. KN4, TJF.
Very good. That's Rick. He's west of Ashland City. KN4TJF. His name is Rick. Who else is for short on time, mobile, or first time? Nobody else short on time, mobile, or first time checking? How many are watching the LSU game? That's not important. All right, then we're going to start from the north. Please come now.
KD4GON.
KD4GON. See, I can hear you just really well, Dan.
Hi.
Yeah, you are. I don't know. I can't really tell. Okay, wait. Come back to me again. Let me look.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Yep, you're S9 to me. You sound good.
All right.
It's a little bit noisy, but maybe that's that little ridge.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of I don't knows in there when you look at propagation. That was Danny, unless you got something else.
No, that's it.
All right, so I make sure. I don't want to leave anybody out. I mean, if you don't have an opinion, I can supply multiple ones. That was Danny, KD4GON. He is in station camp north of me. About 25 miles north, I think. I have to look at that. Who else is from the north?
KB9RKK.
Hello, Frank. Good to see you today.
Yeah, good to see everybody there. Had some nice weather today.
Oh, yeah, it was really nice. I sat out in the yard and did nothing.
Yeah, I had to come home. I come home. My neighbor needed me to help him.
Yeah, So you did get something done today, huh?
I didn't get done what I planned on getting done, but I was kind of lazy too. But that eating at that place will do that to you.
Yeah, but you know how you avoid that, what you just said about what you got done today, is you still make plans.
Right. Then you can never be disappointed.
Very good. Anything good for the net?
Negative. Just weird. I don't know if anybody heard about it, but there was a helicopter crash in Wilson County.
Oh, really? Anybody get hurt?
Yeah, the crew. But I don't know the total details, but it was right by my wife's coworker's house, like about maybe 1,000 feet down the road from where they live.
Did they say where? Was it from the military?
No, it was the life flight for Vanderbilt helicopter.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah. So it was right there. It's kind of it's off of the what is that road over there? It's by Sandy Sandy. I'll have to look up there. I have to think. It's north of where Possum Town up there. Not Possum Town. What do you call it? Yeah, where Bill and where Bill lives. It's north of there.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we had one of those crashes down in it wasn't in Hillsborough County. There was a flight, one of those hospital flights, helicopters going from Pinellas County east to Hillsborough County, and a very experienced pilot ran right into a 1,200-foot radio tower.
Wow, man, was it nighttime?
You know what? I don't remember. That's like 2000. That was like 25 years ago. It's hard to believe it's that long ago, but it killed everybody, obviously.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, no, that's crazy. I know they had the lights on them, but I could see must have not been paying attention or something. I guess obviously, but yeah, it's bad. I hate when it happens. We don't know what was going on. I don't know if they were doing some kind of practice or something, because if you go to the spot on like Google Maps, there's like nothing there. It's just an empty field at that point.
Yeah, they might have just lost elevation due to an engine problem or something.
Yeah, I guess. Whatever. We had that big, airplane thing where the engine came off, and now this. I mean, not related, but still just another aviation thing. And just think cars are still more dangerous.
Well, yeah, more people are killed in cars than any aviation totals. It's amazing, really.
Yep. Well, I just, like I said, nice seeing everybody, the people that are there, and everyone, and let's get back over to it. Turn it back over to KB down RKK.
Yeah, that's Frank. He is here in the northwest corner of Mount Juliet, Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo Kilo Kilo, and a great signal as always. Because great to me, probably pretty good to most everybody. Who else is north?
K84 VW.
Hello, Carlin. You doing any good today?
Yeah, I about fell off to sleep here a minute ago. I just kind of jumped and noticed that it was quiet, and I looked at the clock, and it was 3 after 8. I thought, uh-oh.
You know how you can avoid that is you take one of those lawnmowers you were talking about on the nets and leave it running inside the house. You'll never fall asleep.
I don't know about that. I have slept through a tornado.
I've slept through a few things, but yeah, I have. I've slept from pretty noisy stuff. When you're tired, you can fall asleep easy.
Yeah, it gets that way. Well, it's easy for me to fall asleep back during the 70s when Walter Cronkite was doing the CBS Evening News. I could sit down on the couch or just lay down on the couch, and his voice would just knock me out. And Mom would come over and wake me up and tell me his supper was ready to eat. So, I don't know. That's just the way it was. I had this other radio going, listening to them talking about some stuff here a minute ago. Same guys that was talking about the snow, and they may be getting their weather information out of Bowling Green. here where I'm at, it's like 52 or 53 miles to Nashville, and it's the same to Bowling Green from here. And usual thing up here, whatever they say, most of the time from Bowling Green goes for us here. But you go right down here about 3 miles to the ridge line to go off down to Bethpage. It could be 7 inches of snow here, but you can get down there and start off that ridge, and it won't be a flake on the ground nowhere.
Yeah, that's where they are in Bowling Green. It's obviously their elevation is quite a bit different, and it affects them differently than you. But also, it's a lot different than down here in Mount Juliet.
Yeah, well, here we usually whatever they say goes for Bowling Green is what we usually get here. Matter of fact, there was a deal where I was listening to the scanner for school openings back when my daughters were growing up and stuff, because I'd get up in the morning to see if I needed to wake them up to go to school, or could I just leave them in bed sleeping, not knowing if the school's going to be open or so. And, of course, it snowed up here. Portland, White House, Westmoreland, everything up there above on the ridge line, there was snow. I mean, the roads were just completely covered. It was 5-6 inches of snow up here. You get off this ridge down there, Galton, it was just cold. It wasn't nothing on the ground at all. And I remember the guys at the school system was talking, said, well, we're going to have to close the school system. And that guy said, well, these people down here in Galton, Hendersonville ain't going to understand. I said, well, there's no way buses can run up here. It's just everything's covered, and that's what shuts down some of the county schools a lot of times. It's just up here, everything's just inundated with snow. Back over here at Oak Grove on 259, I remember a couple years back, they actually shoveled the snow up and put it in the back of the county trucks and took it down to Gallatin, the river, and dumped it in the river because they couldn't push it out of the road.
Wow, that must have been a lot of snow.
Oh yeah, there was, with nothing waist deep snow. It snows when it comes. It wears it out up here real good, and we usually get whatever they get up to, Kentucky weather, I guess, because if you draw a straight line from here to the state line, it ain't but 5 miles, so it's just the way it is up here. Anyway, so I don't know, I heard another guy over on 11 meters talking that's over at Portland, and he was talking about they were calling for snow, and I didn't hear nothing on the weather service out of Nashville, so I'm assuming they're listening to something out of Bowling Green, and that may not get here. It's depending on how much. But I did notice a dark line of clouds back to the northwest when I went to Mike's and got me some dinner up there. And I was thinking, well, something's coming on in now, so I don't know what it's going to be. And it's going to be down cold enough Sunday night, Monday morning, so it could do something up here. There's quite a bit of a different elevation between here and down there where y'all are at. And that ridge line makes a big difference, whether their snow gets past that line or not, depending on the front in the systems and stuff. So, anyway, hello to everybody on the net. Hope everybody's doing okay. Hope everybody's going to enjoy freezing tomorrow night. I know I'm not. I'm not tickled about it. So, anyway, I guess you're doing okay. I heard Michael in there a while ago over on Fusion, and he sounded okay up here too. So anyway, I'll hush up and let some more get in here checked in, Paul. So with that said, KD4VW, and I'm going to turn it back over to Net Control.
Very good. That's Carlin in Angeltown, Bethpage, with today's updated weather report, at least for his area going north. Who else is north? Man, where has Eric been, man? I heard him on the radio today on GMRS, but I don't hear him here.
KD4CVE.
Oh, Greg. Yeah, you're not going to get any snow, I don't think.
I have a
No, I'm sure we could check some stuff up in Kentucky and he would say something different, just like Carlin was saying. But everything going well? You got a good signal? Everything else going okay?
Yeah, doing good on the backup radio, so I'm glad to hear it's working.
Yeah, it's doing good. Yeah, keep us posted about your bro up there in Louisville.
Yeah, I'm not going to bother him yet. So, like I said, I'm pretty sure the maintenance was done in San Antonio a few weeks back. So, unless they happen to do something that day of the crash that probably doesn't involve his department.
Yeah, but it's one of those things you can never assume anything that it's a maintenance issue. I'm guessing that the vast majority of the time they're playing it by the book on those engines.
Yeah, they have to, and that's why you got one guy signing off the work and somebody else signing off his sign off.
Yeah, I understand it's pretty rigid about how they do the record keeping.
Yeah, I'm sure. Just watch Mayday, the series.
Yeah, I have. And one of the things that I say disturbed, it was disturbing to the NTSB was on one case where they did have that pylon problem, and they were circumventing the way they lowered the engine. They just, instead of just disconnecting it from the pylon and going through all the electrical disconnections, they were removing the whole thing, one fell swoop. And they were doing that slightest jog of the engine and its mount using one of those front end, I don't know, whatever kind of lift they were using, hydraulic lift. And he says one little jog could crack that thing easy, and that's what apparently was happening.
Yeah, they were using a forklift, but it was something ridiculous. How many hours? I think I've even heard 200 hours is what they saved because of all the hundreds, the dozens or hundreds of screws that had to be taken out. So yeah, but yeah, that ended up costing them, but by basically splitting that engine mount.
Well, again, it would be one of those issues. When they say 100 man hours, that could easily be 10 guys just working all day.
Oh yeah, and while that 200 hours on the ground, that airplane's not making any money.
No, absolutely. But again, I know it's belaboring the point, but that was in the shop for about several months, wasn't it?
I think that's what they said. It was at least it wasn't flying for a number of months. I'm not sure how long it was actually in the shop. MD-11s were abandoned by the airline industry because they were maintenance headaches. So you'll find all of those used by cargo people like UPS and others.
Well, I'm guessing they were less efficient than the newer models too.
Probably pretty efficient, but maintenance nightmares.
Huh, that's interesting. I don't know that there's anything really easy about maintaining planes in the first place.
No, but some are worse than others, of course.
Oh, I'm sure of that. But you again, the issue about, we've had, 75 years of experience with jet engines. I think we ought to be pretty up to speed on that.
Yeah, even as a private pilot, if you owned a plane or even a boat, 8 hours of work on it to fly for an hour.
And subsequently about $1,000 for that hour.
Yeah, and of course you got to pay for the mechanic to check off any work, if not do the work themselves, because most of the stuff you can't do yourself. And then if you do, then you got to label yourself as experimental and whatnot.
Crazy. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. I couldn't, again, it's one of those, I'll call it a hobby. I can't afford to have that hobby.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, I got to fly for a few years there regularly, and it was a blast. But yeah, we were flying the old tail draggers, Piper Cubs, and that ilk.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it was a lot of fun. I would have loved to have done that. Never have. I've flown in a lot of commercial planes, but that's it. And that's it. It's just because commercial planes and a light plane one time on a short trip, so I didn't miss a flight in another airport. Anyway, anything else, Greg?
No, that's it. And you just never know. My dad was an air show pilot all his life, and it never died. Crashed a couple times, but never died.
Wow, yeah. Yeah, I'd say that was more dangerous because it's not necessarily predictable, but when you're a professional, it's pretty predictable, I think. Anyway, that was Greg. KD4CVE, he's in Hendersonville. Anybody else north? Hey, did your lawyer say you could get on the air tonight? I'm not copying you at all now, Brian. That was KA3CTP. You still there? Is anybody else copying Brian?
Not a word.
I think he was insulted. I asked him if his attorney said it was okay to use the radio. For those not familiar, Brian is going through a divorce. Not that that's secret information. Brian, are you there? Yeah, it turned out they were looking around. It was his turn for the divorce. So, all right, Brian, keep trying. If you can hear me, you can come in anytime. I'll catch you in a minute. That was Brian, K3CTP, and he is now temporarily living in Hendersonville. Who else is north?
November 8, November Hotel Tango.
Another man that's familiar with divorce. How you doing there, Hayes?
Oh, Lord, don't get me started. Don't get me started on that.
I know. Listen, I've been through it twice, so, and I'm not going to do it again. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's a little too much, but I don't know, man. I guess today Hayden isn't going to be checking in. He's camping right now at Bledsoe Creek.
Oh, great. How's he doing at school?
He's always doing pretty good at school. He's academically inclined and everything. So he just kind of locks in and does all his work. And then Boy Scouts had a camp out, so I took him there. This morning, I let him stay here for the storms, and then got in there early, and they're doing hikes and doing some requirements for rank and stuff like that.
Cool. So you got any events coming up that are on a Sunday night? I'm hoping, or a weeknight.
Not particularly coming up. I don't know. The band I'm in right now is the guy who plays guitar also owns a catering company. So he's finding more money doing that, and I might have to be either branching off or looking for something else. I got to be playing more.
Yeah, I was. My wife was asking about you the other day, and she said, I forget how that conversation went, but I said he says, what's he do? Does he play in a restaurant? I go, yeah, he goes door to door with the saxophone. I mean, not door to door, but table to table, with serenades to people eating.
For the right price, I would wear a dress. Yeah, the next gig we have for sure is on New Year's. That's the only one we got locked in right now. So I got to be playing more than that.
Man, you need a better agent.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, and people who are a little more available. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I've seen this band kind of fade out and then come right back in swinging. So I don't know. It's a hard say.
Well, you just need to be a bunch of guys that are hungry.
Yeah, and it gets harder as you get older. I might have to play downtown again, start playing down there again, and I got an in, so I think I might be able to make it happen.
Get an in to be a busker?
Well, probably Broadway and Second. Play all the bars down there.
Oh, okay, I got you. Well, that's great. Well, it's an alternative for a few bucks. Well, very good. Anything else for the net, Hayes? You sound good.
I think that's about it, man. I'm looking forward to seeing you all one of these times at the breakfast. So, anyway, K4PW. This is November 8, November Hotel Tango. I'll say back to that.
Yeah, very good. That was Hayes. He's in Hendersonville. November 8, November Hotel Tango. Plays the saxophone professionally when they permit him to, when they can schedule him. Who else is north? Over to the west.
KO4 OTV WY4G.
Okay, we had two people in there. First, I had Joel up in wherever he is, up in the Outland. You doing all right, Joel?
Oh, not too bad. I didn't know I doubled.
No, it doesn't. I mean, you don't have to. I'm not sure why people apologize. If they did it on purpose, they would admit it anyway.
Yeah, man, so far so good out here in the wilderness.
Yeah, the wilderness is good, though.
Oh, ain't no
have it any other way.
Just be glad there aren't any bears up there.
Actually, about every 2 years one gets spotted up here. We had one, not this past summer, but the summer before last, we had one probably not even a mile and a half from here.
Wow. Hey, you see many coyotes?
Yeah, it comes in spurts, though. You know, you won't hear anything or see anything for a long time, and then 50 of them show up.
Huh. Just a roving band of coyotes. That's weird.
Yeah, that's how it works. I mean, they kind of roam in packs, and when they do, man, they're loud.
Hey, does my memory serve me right? Coyotes aren't territorial, but wolves are.
Correct. Yeah, coyotes are kind of, well, they roam in packs, but they're not as aggressive as a wolf.
Yeah, I got the impression they were like wolves tended to stay in a certain hunting area.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they're definitely territorial. Which around here, you know, they get hunted, so they're not. You know, and I get it. You know, there's times where they'll just come in and take over like a yard of chickens or whatever. You know, I mean, you don't want to leave your animals out. You know, when that happens, but I definitely get everybody in when that happens because you never know what they'll do. But a lot of people around here just shoot them.
You're talking about the coyotes, or which ones?
Oh, the coyotes. Yeah, I haven't seen any wolves up here. God, I hope we don't have any of those.
No, I hope not. No, coyotes they're a nuisance. What did I saw? Oh, I saw something on YouTube. I think that's where I saw it. It was a guy. He was a farmer, and he had caught an owl who was decimating his chicken coop, his chickens, his free-range chickens, and he somehow caught the owl. And then while he's holding on to him by his legs, the owl had a good grip on his finger, and it took him about 3 minutes to get his finger extricated from the owl's grip.
Oh yeah, owl is very powerful, very powerful. I don't know how their beaks I hear are strong as well, but yeah, they can latch on and like hang on. They're pretty massive, some of them as well.
Oh yeah, I've seen them. You know, the one time in my life, which is going back, wow, I was a kid. I was probably, I'm going to say I was 13 or 14. I was walking down the street. It was in the winter, and it was quite a bit of snow. I was walking in the street because the sidewalks were thick with snow. And I was coming across this one, and it was a very short street because it was a dead-end street that stopped at the railroad tracks. And I remember looking, and it was quiet. It was, you know, like 9 o'clock, 8 or 9 o'clock at night. I was probably walking back from the ice rink, and what do I see flying down the street towards me is one of those, I don't know, I say it's an adult because it had to be. This thing was, I probably had it was a white owl. I don't know if that's the right name for them, but it was a white owl, just like you see in the cigars. And it had to have I'm going to say an 8-foot wingspan. It was huge.
Oh yeah, they're extremely quiet until they're not. You know, we were in. I think the scariest I ever got was from one of those big screech owls out in Kansas when we were splicing for Google out there, and it was weird. You know, the coyotes out there. I mean, I've never heard anything like that. That was scary in itself. Just if that rolled up on you, you'd be in bad shape. But I remember we lived out in the wilderness there too, and the yard we lived in there was probably about 7 or 8 acres, and it was nothing, just a field of just darkness. And I remember I had a bucket van that I parked underneath the tree. And one night I went out there to get something out of it, and one of those screech owls screeched out as loud. I mean, it scared me half to death when I heard that thing because it just did it out of nowhere. As soon as I got out of the van and shut the door, I heard it sound off, and I tell you what, that was the eeriest feeling I ever had.
Oh, I'll bet. Well, at least he wasn't hunting you.
Oh yeah. And the thing was, I mean, I don't know if he'd have been able to do much. I mean, yeah, he was. I'm gonna say he was pretty. I didn't even see him, but boy, I heard him. I'm gonna tell you that was. I tell you, man, I know if somebody had been out there, they'd have been dying laughing at me.
Yeah, I'm with you. Well, truth be told, when you're out in the woods, there are some dangerous things that can happen, or at least they sound dangerous.
Oh, it sounded like a woman screaming bloody murder when it happened, and I mean to tell you, I'll never forget that as long as I live. And there is a lot of things out here. We even have the cougars, the mountain lions, and stuff up here as well. You don't see them very often. They're more of a night creature, which is not even more scary. But They're few and far between, luckily, but we have tons of bobcat as well.
Yeah, well, it's nice. It's nice to have that much wildlife around here. It really is. Middle Tennessee is great for that. I mean, we were talking about it at breakfast. That you're seeing deer and raccoon and turkeys right in the middle of Davidson County.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah, Middle Tennessee is overrun with deer, especially you get on the north side of town. You get in the Hendersonville area. Around here they keep the population pretty well, at bay. With all the hunters and stuff, live in the game reserve. They come out here. They're out here every day of the week, during hunting season. And you get up there to places where they don't hunt a lot, like Hendersonville, Gallatin area, and all that. They get overrun with them. I mean, they hunt up there, but not like they do around here. And you hear of tons of people just hitting them nonstop with their vehicles. They become a huge nuisance up that way, I hear.
Yeah, we have some similar problems here, but there's not that many. There's a couple of different families of deer in our neighborhood, and in fact, I saw one of them get hit by a car and it was laying in a ditch. So an adult. So they're the dumbest creatures on the planet, I swear.
I had this same conversation last week with a guy at work. He's like, man, there's a lady, man, that we used to work with down here at this other job, man. She hit a deer yesterday. I said, man, if I could tell you how many times I hit a deer in my life, and he couldn't believe how many deer I'd hit. I said, man, I put deer whistles on my trucks now. I said, and I've been very fortunate. I thought it was just a gimmick, but it actually works. I'm telling you, they do work. And I said, heck, when I first moved down there, within the first 6 months, I killed 3 deer. So, yeah, it's not uncommon.
No, not at all. Well, they tell me, and again, I don't know if it's true or not, they said there's more deer in the United States now than there was when the settlers moved in, because they were just everywhere then. And now they're more than everywhere because they got more feedstock just laying in the fields waiting for them.
That's exactly right. Well, that and, we've become lazy and dependent on grocery stores, and, a lot of people just don't eat deer meat anymore. I keep some around all the time. I usually have a couple pounds or, 4 or 5 pounds of some deer chili made up just for winter purposes. But, yeah, I get it. And, around here, though, they hunt them a lot. I don't hunt as much as I used to. I hardly hunt at all anymore. But, yeah, if I need to, I can just open the window up and get my dinner.
Yep. Okay. I think we burned that one up enough. Wait, anything else? Anything else, Joel?
That's it for me, Paul. See you on the next one. KO40TV, back to net.
Yep, that was Joel, KO40TV in West Ashlands, west of somewhere out there, out the northwest, excuse me. Jeff, thanks for waiting.
Good evening, Paul. WY4G. Yeah, I heard you say I'm trying to stay awake so I can test out the my 1.25 meter radio. Got my antenna back up a couple of days ago, so I'm gonna see how that works. I'm gonna try and stay awake and test it out.
All right, good enough. Well, hopefully we can meet you there. We shouldn't be too much longer. What time is it now? It is 8:33. It shouldn't be another, at the worst, 20 minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna turn it on, and then that way, if I hear you guys, if I'm dozing off, it may wake me up. You're talking about coyotes on YouTube. There's videos of people going out and hunting these things. They're using thermal sights and night sights, and they're just dropping them like down in Texas and all over them and the feral hogs. And it's kind of interesting to watch them. How they just kind of dispatch them.
Yeah, it seems to me I saw a video, but it's not recently, but they were shooting at coyotes from helicopters.
Oh yeah, they shoot at wild hogs down in Texas from helicopters. That's a big business down there.
I'm telling you. Okay. Anyway, I just find it interesting how many feral hogs there are, and they're all over the place on the East Coast as well, up and down the East Coast.
Yeah, down in Texas they shoot them with. They got machine guns. I guess the people on the helicopters also have Class 3 licenses. And they'll, just mow them down. That's the only way they can dispatch them. Because it's that way. They can't put poison out. Same thing to prairie dogs. Farmers can't put poison out to get rid of them, so they have to shoot them, just kind of thin the herd out.
Wow. I'm guessing that all other machine guns are either 45 or 9 millimeter, because the big rounds get kind of pricey to shoot a hog.
I don't know what they're using. I don't know if they're using like 223 or 5.56 millimeter they got to use like a centerfire rifle round because being that high up and moving like that, they need something that's going to be fast and lethal. But they mow them down. It's kind of interesting to watch. And the meat, when they collect them, they donate the meat when possible.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Oh, that's cool. That makes sense. No sense just leaving them dead or hauling them off to dump in a ditch. That's cool. Anything else than that, Jeff?
No. One more thing. That antenna I'll put back up. Years ago when I first started, in my little amateur radio hobby, I had an old antenna, a beam given to me. I thought I was going to rebuild it because I was kind of very enthusiastic, but it didn't work. But it was a 5-band beam, has a 24-foot boom on it, and I kept the boom. And I've had it all these years, and I finally remembered I had the thing, and I'm using it as the mast for my J-pole. It's about 24 feet long, so I'll see how that works.
Sounds good. All right, I'm looking forward to you checking in later, see what your signal's like. That was Jeff, Whiskey Yankee 4 Golf, and he is in Madison with a big signal. Who else is north or west?
KG4 ILV.
Well, there was two, but I only know one of them, and that was Jack, KG4ILV. What's up, Jack? You hearing everybody good tonight?
Yeah, pretty good. It was good turnout at the breakfast. It was good seeing the ones there this morning, and hope more guys turn out for the breakfast.
Oh, they didn't know they were giving away $50 gift certificates.
Yeah, they didn't know. Yeah, the ones they were pretty lucky.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. I don't have any information. Just sitting here watching football and talking on the radio. It's a good Saturday night. Anyway, thanks for doing the net, Paul. I'll let somebody else check in. KG4ILV.
Yeah, very good. That's Jack, KG4ILV, he's in Donaldson. Who else is west?
4WK.
Hey, Steve, good to hear you. Good signal tonight. I hear you just fine.
Yeah, we got good conditions tonight.
I would say so, because normally I can't hear you at all. I can't remember the last time I had a signal this good from you.
It was a long time ago. There's a good band open going on right now.
Well, I'm wondering if it has anything to do with that CME they were talking about that was hitting today or yesterday.
It could be, because conditions have been great all day.
Huh. Yeah, no, they're good tonight, that's for sure. In fact, it was unusual for me to hear Larry down in Rockville, which is usually rough for me, but at least I could hear him today. And but it's really funny because I don't know if you heard earlier, I was talking to Danny, and I couldn't hear him at all, and that was unusual. It all hinges on the antenna. He was using two different antennas. I could hear him on a lower antenna, but not a higher antenna.
That's unusual.
Yeah, I know. It's there's no way to explain it other than takeoff angle. That'd be the only explanation that makes any sense.
Yeah. Hey, I've been plugging your net down there, so you may get somebody that straggles in every once in a while up here.
Oh yeah, no, we like anybody checking that can. We're not looking to. I don't know. We've been doing it so long. I'm not sure why we're doing it. Other than it's a good thing to do, and I'm pretty sure there's people listening that.
Get that ball.
Yeah, I did. I must have. I don't think I got that. Yeah, I did. I guess I wasn't pushing the button hard enough. I was just saying we've been doing it for so long, and we've settled into a routine of 15 to 25 people every net, and I just get used to it. And sometimes somebody new checks in, and I kind of wish more new people would check in.
Yeah, I've got quite a few new ones up here. My net's been average about 11 net.
Well, in a certain way, if it's new things to people, even a new ham who's checking, they go, "Wow, this is pretty." They're having a good fun time with it. It's like your time. I presume my time. I'm not pounding my shoulders. I haven't really thought too much about it till just now. But we're building those capabilities among people who might not otherwise see it, and so they wouldn't even bother with it until they heard about you or me. Because I know in my case, I was pretty young in the hobby, but this guy says, "Okay, why don't we do a simplex then?" I was like, "What?" I didn't know what the heck he was talking about, and I had a really crappy antenna, and he was about 20 miles from me. I could barely hear him, and I go, "Man, I gotta get better at this." Wow. And who was doing that fox hunt?
The local club here, the Kentucky Colonels Amateur Radio Club.
Oh, very good. So they were having a good time, or did it look like a Chinese fire drill?
Steve, you're almost S9 to me.
You're full scale, Mike.
Yeah, see, there's a good example of signal differences. He's S9, you're S9 to Michael, but to me, I can hear you, but there's no signal on the screen.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's just a little tiny bump. Just a little tiny, you can just see it above the other trashy noises in there. Your signal just rises up and up. But I can hear you well. Anyway, anything else for the net, Steve?
No, sir. Thanks for doing the net. Thanks for letting me check in.
Oh, yeah. Well, I wouldn't stop you from checking. I'm glad you're there. That was Steve. He also does a Simplex net up in Bowling Green, and I believe it's, let me see if I keep it straight, Saturdays and Tuesdays? I forget.
Tuesdays and Fridays.
Oh, I forgot where you moved it to. That's right. It was Tuesdays and Fridays. And it's at what time?
7:30. I also have an Echolink connection to K4WKU-L.
Oh, okay. You got Echolink connection, K4WKU. And what's the last part of that?
Nashville. It's a link.
Oh, yeah. All you have to do is look up your call then.
Yeah, it should come up.
Oh, it ought to. It's done alphabetically. I know I used to have the Echolink node. Yeah, very good. And I've even forgot the frequency you're on. I have it on all the messages, but I don't remember what it is. Oh, yeah, 15 up, right. So it's 415-460, that's right, 146-460 on FM for Tuesdays and Friday nights. Be there. And that's Steve in Bowling Green. In fact, he's north of Bowling Green. He's about, what did I say? He's about 65 miles north. So I feel good to be able to talk to him, but he's the one with the, he's got a nice little beam pointed in this direction. Oh, so who else is north or west?
That's 146430, Paul.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was doing the bad math there. I was doing the new math.
We call that Edmonson County math.
I don't know why I added 15. Never mind. Doesn't matter why. Getting drifty in my old age. That's why. All right. Who else is west? All right. Nobody. Let's go south.
Kilo Echo 4, Sierra Yankee Victor.
Oh, Larry, you sound pretty good tonight.
All right now, I thought you said I looked good.
Well, you can say you could look like Clark Gable, and nobody, a lot of people wouldn't know the difference, would they?
All right, man. Well, let's get on with it. KE4, that's what I mean.
Very good. It's great to hear your voice pretty clearly. That was Larry in Rockville, Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor. He does the Simplex net on D-Star 146-460 Saturdays at 7:15. That's 19:15 hours. Who else is west or south?
KE4TYJ, south.
Yeah, very good. You're our only Cannon County check-in.
That's okay. I'm trying to represent for the whole county here.
Well, how many hams do you think are in that county?
I forget the number, but it's a lot more a significant number than you would first think.
No, not really. I did that that's math myself when I was able to do math. And I took all of the counties, including Davidson, and did the comparison between the population and the number of hams in each of the counties surrounding Nashville, including Cannon County, and Wilson and Sumner and Dixon and etc. Franklin. And every single county outside of Nashville had more hams per capita than Nashville did.
Oh yeah, and I think Cannon County was more densely populated with hams versus overall population than other bigger counties. It was strange.
Yeah, it was really funny. And then I said, well, I wonder if that statistic holds out. Not that I'm a great statistician. So I went over to Knoxville, and it didn't hold true there, though.
Well, Nashville is a different type city with different things going on. So, yeah, I believe that. I can see why it is what it is.
Well, even Knoxville is more of a less of a metropolitan city as Nashville is.
Yes, sir, absolutely. I get it. But it's cool, though. Nevertheless, it's a unique area to live in.
Oh yeah. Did I tell you that when I was down in Florida a couple of months ago, I really went prepared. I had a couple of radios with me, and I was monitoring frequencies. Almost no activity at all. But yet, I looked on the not QRZ, but the repeater book. You know, there's 100 repeaters between those two counties that are right next to each other.
Holy cow! No, I did not.
Oh yeah. Look at St. Pete. Look at Pinellas County or Hillsborough County in Florida, because they're right across the bay from each other. And there's, I think it's a little over 100, counting all of them, D-Star, DMR, the whole works, but it's over 100. It makes me laugh, really, because they're all, and almost none of them are active.
That's unbelievable. That many's listed, and they probably only have, maybe 10?
I'd say that there's activity. It's kind of like here. I think we're a little more active here than there per capita. But we're kind of like, if you took the Jolton repeater and you took the 9-1 machine and a couple of the AF4TZ machines, those are the ones that are probably the most active, and it's that way there too.
Gotcha. All right, well, I'll let you get back to that. I enjoyed I'm enjoying that so far today there, Paul.
I'll try to hold up our end. That was Jimmy, Kilo Echo 4 Tango, Yank. Oh man, I screwed it all up. TYJ. That's it. Did I get that right?
Yeah. KE4TYJ.
Yeah, I was going from memory, and I don't trust my memory anymore. And I scribbled your call, and I had it correct. So that was Jimmy, KE4TYJ, and he's in Woodbury, Cannon County. The only Cannon County check-in that I think. Oh, there was another one. I don't remember who it was though. But he hasn't come back recently. Who else is south or east or south? I think we ran out of people. Is there anybody, any place, anywhere?
KM4YRF.
Oh, that's right. I started with North, didn't I? Very good. We got KM4YRF. Michael, everything all right?
Yep, had a great time at the breakfast this morning. I was glad to finally meet John, and I hope he will become a regular.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised he isn't here tonight. Did you get your share of soft serve over there?
Yeah, the machine wasn't working too great, though.
You had to have patience. I went to use the chocolate. I stood there for like 5 minutes before I got a cone.
I hear it.
I don't know what was going on. They had it in a retard mode.
Yeah, it was almost like it was too frozen to come out, and it took a long time for it to fill my cone up.
Yeah, well, still good though. Still nice. Really, I don't get that stuff too often, so it's kind of nice to have.
I tell you what, I've been watching Brian get that big old chicken breast every Saturday, and I got one this morning, and it was really, really good.
Ah, very good. Yes, it was just a regular chicken. A boneless chicken breast.
No, it was bone in, but it was good.
Cool. Yeah, well, I don't. That's my problem. Is I like everything.
Yeah, I do too. But since my surgery, my taste has changed. I can hardly drink coffee anymore, which is a bummer for me. But just nothing tastes right.
Man, you're talking sacrilege. You know that.
I know that.
No coffee. Holy crap! So, what are you going to go to Bosco?
Well, I guess that's one option, but I make a cup every morning, and I sit there and I drink about a fourth of it, and then I pour the rest of it out.
Huh. Yeah. On a similar note, my brother did that because he had a heart transplant, okay? And he says, I don't like pizza as much as I used to.
I've heard that.
Isn't that weird that it somehow would change your... But I don't know whether to attribute that to the anesthesia or I don't know what it's attributable to.
Well, I had anesthesia 3 times in a row while I was there, so maybe that had something to do with it.
Further dulled your brain?
Maybe so.
Took off the sharp edges?
Yep.
No, I've only been... I'm trying to think. I've only been anesthetized once, I think. No. I've been anesthetized twice. They're so far apart. The last one prior to the bike accident was in 1985, so that's quite a while ago. What is it, 15? I'm going to do math again here. Watch. That's 40 years ago.
I know, it's a long time ago. But I had anesthesia when they did the surgery for my back, and then when I got the infection, I had to go back for 2 other surgeries to clean it out and to install the drain tubes, and that was way more than I wanted.
Oh, I can imagine. That would be rough, and that's why you were in there. What? How many weeks?
From August the 20th to September 28th, so that was a month and a half.
Wow. Yeah, that's... And plus, being in the hospital is boring.
Yeah, it wasn't that boring for me because I had physical therapy every day, and except for the weekend, and I think I had it twice on 2 different weekends. But just laying there when there was nothing on TV to watch or anything, it was boring.
Yeah, no, I didn't. It was just boring, especially at night. There was nothing, this, hey, yeah, great, I got a meal, and now I get to watch TV, which I don't usually do.
I hear you. Well, that's all I got. So I'll say back to net control. Thank you, Paul, for doing what you do.
All righty. That was Michael. If I figure out what I do. KM4YRF, and he's here in Mount Juliet. He's my alternate net control, or I should say, it's not mine. Our alternate net control. He's filled in for me on several occasions. When I'm out of town or not feeling well or forget to do the net. One of those 3. Anybody, who else, anyplace, anywhere?
TE4TWI.
4 Golf Papa Sierra. This is Ken in Portland.
Hold on, Wes. I've got Ken in Portland. What's up?
Good evening, Paul and everybody else. I guess you're making contact today. Pretty good.
Yeah, I can hear you pretty well. We were just discussing that we've had some odd conditions today, but some of them are really good when they aren't normally good, and I'm wondering if it had anything to do with that, space weather said there was a CME that came at us from the sun today or yesterday, and I just wondered if that had anything to do with it.
Yeah, that could be. I'm not I'll take anything I can get if I make any contact.
Yeah, I'm with you. I have no idea. Other than what they tell me, that's what I know.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Well, that's good. I'm glad that your Michael doing well again.
Oh, yeah, boy, he was out of commission for a while. And it's never good, never. Especially when there's complications. That's no good. But forgive me your calls again. Is it Kilo 4 Golf Papa Sierra, or am I missing a letter?
KQ4
Oh, the KQ. I keep forgetting about that Q. Anyway, good. You doing well out there? Yeah, I hope so. You were fading a little bit there, but I still copied you. That was Ken, and he's up in Portland. A Kilo Quebec 4 Golf Papa Sierra. Maybe I can say that enough. I'll remember the Quebec in there. Kilo Quebec 4 Golf Papa Sierra. Who else is north or west or anywhere?
TE4TWI.
Oh, there you go. I even had it written down, and I skipped over you. Everything going good there, Wes?
Yeah, I've been lurking here in the background. But no, things are good in Possum Town, minus that helicopter that crashed a couple miles west of me. I was actually out at Watertown today when that happened. But other than that, things are all right in my area.
Well, what was the scoop? Was just a crash and the people got out?
It was life flight. Tanked just right there in that peninsula that's west of me, in the bend of the river.
Huh. No, I mean, did anybody survive the crash?
At least one died. But I had people texting me, they knew I lived up here. I'm like, man, I'm out in Watertown, so kind of put a downer on the afternoon, but otherwise we're okay here.
You tell those people that text you, what do I look like, the Drudge Report?
Haven't checked that website in forever. That's going back a few years.
I know it. Once they shifted the gears on me, I never went back.
Yeah, but anyway, I had to rip out the radio in the Jeep. I had a 25-year-old dual band in there that
was really, really weak, so I swapped it. And of course, all the signals came back. So anyway, it's what you get when you bounce around for 25 years in a truck with an old radio. Anyway, KE4TWI.
Yeah, very good. That's Wes. He's in Possum Town. Yes, it is a place, Possum Town. KE4TWI. Anybody else out there? Hello, Stan. Everything going well?
Going pretty well, Paul. How about you?
It's going pretty good. Just getting older and lazier than, let me see, lazier and slower as a result of just getting older.
Yeah, I understand that.
No, it's just funny. I look back upon, my older and my youth and older family members like grandparents or great grandparents, and they'd get up and they'd give you a little groan getting up, and that's me.
Yeah, me too.
I know it's awful, isn't it? Hey, did you get your cabling all squared away?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, well, I think actually Robin is like a storehouse of that kind of stuff,
Yeah, he has a whole lot of stuff.
I'm surprised he can keep track of it.
Yeah, me too.
Well, very good. Anything good for the net? You say it was anything good for the net there, Stan?
No, that's all, Paul. Back to that KM4HQE.
Very good. You also have a nice signal in here tonight, Stan. That's Kilo Mike 4, Hotel Quebec Echo. Anybody else?
It's 4 RTR.
Okay, I heard 2 in there. One was undecipherable, but I did hear N4RTR. What's going on?
Good evening, N4 RTR. Yeah, this is the other West here in West Lebanon.
I'm glad there isn't a third.
Right. Yeah. No, everything's good over here. Just, I think last time I checked in, I was talking about how I had totally ditched Windows 11, and coincidentally enough, tonight I'm still basically dialing in Linux for the home theater, PC, and TV setup, and that's about all I know.
Cool. I have not messed with Linux in any way in the last few years, but even like I think I told you last time, I went full blown Red Hat, and I used it for probably a year or more. And I used a program for email, which was a fantastic program. It was called Pegasus. You ever hear of that one?
I'm not familiar with Pegasus, and to be honest, I am a severe novice. I'm just very surface level aware of Red Hat. I am running Ubuntu, which is the XFSE desktop environment of Ubuntu. I am I'm literally just dipping my toes in the water now, if that makes sense.
Oh, no, I do. I never really got... I actually thought at one point, this is a long time ago, probably might be 25 years ago, and I thought that, well, I should learn how to do some of this command line stuff in Linux, since it's such a big thing. And I gave up. I'm not going to do that. It's not going to do it. And so I was able to use Linux successfully, though, along with an email program within Linux and several other things. They have a nice Photoshop equivalent in Linux. And those are kind of most of my stuff is pretty generic as far as using any Windows program. It's not like I'm out there breaking down trade barriers with or publishing things, So Linux can be a very basic thing to use. It's not complicated at all.
No, I have actually fallen in love with it. Recently I took a step back and I asked myself, and I think I may have discussed this one of the previous nets, but I just basically asked myself, what do I need my computer to do? The computer is a living room media PC. I need it to browse the internet, to stream content from the internet. I need it to occasionally read a PDF, occasionally, open up a Word document, an Excel file. That's it. Yeah, absolutely. I
I converted over to Ubuntu, and I have been, at this point, I am a total convert.
Yeah, and plus, I'm told, I can't substantiate this other than I've been hearing it for a couple of decades, that Linux is practically immune to problems that are created by others, for some of the security issues.
Yeah, until it becomes popular enough to where these people want to develop scripts to actually hack it. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, these days, nobody uses Linux enough to where it's worth the hacker's time. So, now, let's say 3 months down the road, it may change, but as of right now, nobody really writes viruses for Linux. But no, that's all I really have for the net tonight, this evening, Paul. And I'm just at this point, I think I just have to step aside and say a hearty 7 threes to everybody within earshot.
Very good. That was Wes, the other Wes, in Lebanon area. Of course, he's not in Possum Town, so he's not as spectacular as the Possum Town West. But that's November 4, Romeo Tango Romeo. Now he's becoming a Linux aficionado, not an expert, an aficionado. Who else is anywhere? Boy, I can hear somebody talking, but I can't make out the words. Does everybody hear that?
That's Lucas and Gallatin.
Oh, okay, very good. What Lucas's call again, please?
Lucas, repeat your call. KR4, Romeo Mike Hotel. Is that right, Lucas? It's Echo Mike Hotel. My bad.
No, that's all right. It's a good thing I make mistakes though, because I can feel for other people, Lucas, I appreciate you being there. I just wish one of us had a better antenna or a higher antenna. I just can't copy you well. I'm not sure your situation, but it'd be great if you could get it up a few feet. Or I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not sure your situation there in. That was Gallatin. That where he is, but Gallatin.
Yep.
Yeah, Gallatin's usually pretty good to me. So in terms of hearing people in Gallatin, it's usually been very, very good. So I don't know. Lucas, keep up the good work, though. I'm glad you're checking in, and I'm glad other people can hear you for me, because I can't hear. I could just hear jumbled. It's very, very noisy. Anyway, appreciate you being there. That was Lucas, Gallatin, Kilo Romeo 4, Echo Mike Hotel. He's making it here, but not legible, at least to my ears. Who else is any place anywhere? Well, we did pretty good tonight. 20. Should I run through the other? Well, I do it pretty quick. I bet you it takes me 30 seconds. Which, when we have to call for the non-regular check-ins like the dilly-dalliers, spuddlers, landlubbers, yeah, sandbaggers, not the landlords, lollygaggers, lurkers, skulkers, slackers, lackeys, toadies, lackards, repeater kachunkers, shape-shifting lizard people, moon landing deniers, and moon occupied by alien deniers, of which there's two kinds. One of the real aliens from outer space who are apparently using the moon as a space, a vessel, and then there's other aliens here, alien countries to us, mining on the backside of the moon. Flat earthers, that's here on this earth, and flat earth deniers. Plus the scanner listeners, SDR donglers, preppers, end-time survivalists, and I don't even know why there's any discussion about this, but the Bigfoot believers, because who wouldn't believe in Bigfoot? I believe in him. Or he believes in us. Maybe I should put it that way. Anybody else? All righty, we wrapped up with 20, which was a big net. I didn't think it would go that long, so we appreciate that. But we're going to go over to 144-240. 144-240, if you can hold out that long. And I'll see you there. All righty, we're on 144-240, looking for check-ins from the north.
KD4GON.
Yep, Danny sounds good. KD4GON. Who else is north? I think that was that KD4 VUW? All right, very good. It sounds like you're 100 miles away, screaming in the wilderness. That was Carlin, KD4 VUW in Angeltown, Bethpage. Who else is north? November 8, November Hotel Tango. That would be Hayes in Hendersonville. Big signal. Who else is north? Is there somebody else talking in there?
I don't hear none.
I feel like I think I hear something, but it's so far away. I didn't know it was ours or somebody else's. Anybody else north? Please come down. All right, over to the west.
KG4ILV.
Very good, KG4ILV. That's Jack in Donaldson. Who else is west? Anybody else west? We don't have anybody from in north. We didn't get any north or west from who? Joel. He must have dropped off and watched football. Who else is west or south?
KE4TYJ, south.
Very good. You sound good there, Jimmy. That was Kilo Echo 4 Tango Yankee Juliet I sometimes I get it right. South. Oh man, I can't get it straight. In Cannon County. Who else is south? Over the east.
KM4YRF.
Very good. It's Michael in here in Mount Juliet, KM4YRF. Who else is east? Anybody else east? All right. Anybody? Any place? Anywhere? Amazing. We almost always get the wrong the number 7, 8, or 9 on this net. So, okay, then we're going to go over to 50.135. 50.135. I don't know if we should announce it over on 2 meters or not, but you might want to give it a try, Mike, if you would. Jerry, Mike? I think you already left. All right. Maybe somebody will do it because I'm not going to do it now. All right. I want to go over to 50.135. Alrighty, this is K4PW here on 6 meters, looking for check-ins from any place, anywhere. KG4ILV, I got you in there, Jack. Pretty low signal, but I got you. Anybody else? Nobody else?
Kilo Oscar 4, Oscar Tango Victor.
Hey, man, well, I thought you were going to check in on the 2 meter sideband.
I don't have that mode.
Well, you better run out and get that, man.
That's the only mode I don't have.
Wow. Well, you don't have P25, do you?
No, I mean for all the nets, I don't. If we did P25, I might consider it, but yeah, that's I can't find a cheaper way to get into the sideband or P25.
Yeah, I know. Well, I wouldn't even. To me, I wouldn't do P25 anyway. But hold on 1 second there. We can see who else is out there, Joel. That was KO4OTV, Joel, up there, West Ashland City. Who else is out here on 6 meters? Anybody? Wow, we don't have many. It's all of 4.
It's 4 Julian.
Ah, there we go.
Hello.
All right, we got KD4GON. Is that what we got?
I can hear you, barely, but I can make you out. All right.
Apparently, Danny was trying to check in, I think, and I couldn't hear him. He's over there on 220. That's how come I know I hear him talking about it. Anybody else out there before we move over to 223? All righty, really slim pickings over here with 5, so we'll catch you later. Yeah, thanks, everybody, being there.